Okay, happy Wednesday, happy yoga. Today's all about stretch and flow and relaxation. You are going to find lengthening, centering, and then just a range of motion while we get our warm up going. So on the warm up, we just take big circles, bringing in that oxygen, big circles of those arms, standing tall, taking note if you feel any strain, take it side to side. You might have the stresses of the day, bringing some tension into your shoulders, shake it all out. Get your body centered. Take a nice big inhale here, little bit of back extension, palms together. Exhale to the heart center we go. This is going to signify that center line of your body. So thumbs touch right about your sternum, halfway down the middle of your body. You want your rest of your body weight to be centered over an imaginary circle in between your feet. Inhale, lift. Exhale, we fold forward. Let your body fold gently, carefully toward the ground. Arms are what we call just ragdoll. You're dangling here as if you are just being held by your waist, and arms are weightless. Let your head, neck, and shoulders be weightless, and just relax into this. You're going to breathe real comfortably here, where you're taking that inhale, feeling your back expand. Take your hands to the floor as you exhale, and then slide your hands up your shins to half forward fold. So you've basically come up to the halfway point. Hands are at your shins, and from the side view, you'll see the legs are straight. You're extended right here. Take a little inhale. Exhale, fold forward and releasing that tension. Maybe that means you need to bend if you are less flexible, and you take those arms to the ground. And let's feel that breath opening and expanding your rib cage. You're pulling your abs in. Arms are long. You're going to exhale, lift up that top arm. Just twist to that left arm. You're looking forward. Arm is up toward the ceiling. And if you have the balance and the stretch in that upper back, look up toward the hand. Inhale, come back into the center. You're forward folding here. Exhale, opposite arm reaches. Find the reach, lean into that opposite hand and foot, and then look up to the hand of the ceiling. Good. If you feel tension, be aware of it and take a breath and breathe into it. Hands come back down, and then let's slide our body all the way back up to standing. Inhale here. Roll the shoulder blades back. Sometimes you'll get to that tense position, and we have a hard time breathing through it, and we'll end up clenching or holding your breath. That's going to be counterproductive. So if you feel that today, remember to breathe. Let's take that big centering breath. Inhale. Take your time through this. Palms come together. Exhale to heart center. This is going to give me some balance. And then we stand briefly on this left leg, and then you extend looking down. So as we start these first balancing moves, you may find, gosh, I'm shaky. My leg isn't going to be extended. My arms in this position are more challenging. Feel free to bring the arms out. Left leg here is engaged. Right heel's reaching to the back. Arms are what we call airplane. Inhale, lift it up. Knee comes with you. If you need to break into the middle like I did, that's okay. Exhale, arms go behind. Push the foot out. Arms behind you. So you're training your body that there's a forward and back. You're counteracting your weight by pushing with your arms, pushing with your foot. Inhale, come center all the way up. And we exhale, forward fold all the way to the ground. Relaxing, head is relaxed. Let's roll that right ear to the right shoulder. Left ear to the left shoulder. Hands come to your shins, half forward fold. Inhale there. Exhale, right hand to the floor, left arm to the ceiling, rotate and look. So your second twist right here, reach a little bit further. Can you get that right hand really centered in between your feet? And can you twist and look up to your left hand? How straight are your legs? Inhale, come back to the center. Left hand takes that center position. Lift and twist, looking up to that left hand. Rotate, straightening out that left leg. You breathe through that stretch. You breathe through any tension. Inhale, come back to the center. Find your balance, and exhale, stand all the way up. Rolling your shoulder blades back. Nice big deep breath here. Arms are going to come behind you. Stand on this right leg this time. Left leg is lifted. So pull your shoulder blades back and lengthening your spine by extending out that foot and reaching your arms. This is going to give you some height. Reaching right here. Good. Inhale, arms come forward, palms pressed. Exhale, look down. Again, this is a little more challenging to keep that pressed palm in front of you. Engage that right leg, extend that left leg back. Airplane can be here. You can have your arms behind you, both of them in front. Inhale, come up. Exhale, lower down. Big inhale, breathe. Big deep inhale, palms come together at the top. Exhale, forward fold. All the way to the ground. This time, step your right leg back. So getting into our first lunge, you're going to be down in this position. Left leg is forward, chest is lifted. Feel the length down that right side. So take time to position yourself. Your mat is a good gauge of your distance. Your hands should be able to straddle that front foot while you're touching your mat. Your back leg, your right foot is toward the edge of the mat. Front leg is toward the other edge. Okay, so there's your positions. You're going to gently straighten out this left leg, bringing your head towards your knee. Feel that stretch in the hamstring on that left side. Inhale, bend that left leg. Sit back into the stretch. Exhale, straighten it back. So you're basically breathing with your movement. Inhale, bend, release that tension, and then you exhale, straighten. Both legs extend here. You're kind of pulling away from the floor. You inhale, bend. Let's drop that back knee. So now you're here. This is a hip flexor stretch. So from the front of your core down to that quadricep on your right leg, feel that stretch. If you have too much tension or that hurts your knee, put something underneath the knee. This left arm's going to reach up. So just as we did the twisted airplane, now we're twisting here in a lunge. And you've taken the tension off because my right knee is down. I'm relaxed right here. Left arm is going to come behind. I'm going to look over that left shoulder back toward my right foot that is resting on the ground. Nice spinal twist. Inner thigh on this front leg. And you're breathing. Inhale, untwist. Both hands come to the inside of that left leg. Come back. Left knee goes down. Press back into what we call child's pose. Here you're relaxed, setting your hips onto your heels, releasing that weight and letting all that tension come out of your hands, getting off of those wrists, and then letting your upper body relax once again. I want you to breathe into this upper body. So you're forward, your expansion can only come up and lateral. So take a big deep inhale. See if you can breathe in deep, get that good replenishing oxygen into your bloodstream. And you exhale, releasing the toxins, the waste products, the carbon dioxide, any stress of the day, let it go. Breathe in joy, relaxation. Exhale, stress. One more time, big inhale here, you're feeling relaxed. And you hold it for a brief second. Enjoy every second of that. Exhale, relax. You're going to push your hips forward. Hands are back, straddling that mat. Toes come to a position where you are going to push into them, into downward dog. So you're at this first downward dog. Feel the calf relaxing, kind of pedaling out your feet. You can take your legs wider if you need to. And then just see where your movement is. How much can I tilt that tailbone to the ceiling? How can I reach my chest to the floor? How can I reach my tailbone to the ceiling? Then I'm going to inhale, come into a plank. So you now are working. This is a flat back plank. Drop to the knees. Exhale, child's pose. Get off of those wrists if you have any wrist issues. And we're going to move through this. I want you to lean to that right side, looking underneath your left arm towards your left thigh. Inhale, lean to the left, looking under the right. All just for hip and trunk, torso mobility. Inhale, come push forward. Turn those toes under. Exhale, pull the hips back. Downward dog. Big long stretch right here. And you're going to inhale, look. This time your right leg steps forward. So now we're just going to reverse the same thing. Drop that left knee so you're in the lunge. If you've got more range, you want to pull up in the chest, you're going to get a deeper stretch here. We started down here. Let's just find that same position. Hand is going to go on the outside of that right foot. So once again, you're straddling that front leg. Turn your toes up on the back. Come up and straighten out that right leg. Pressing back into your left heel. Inhale, bend. Set that leg down, pull up in that chest. So you just breathe through this, move smoothly and free flowing through this. Exhale, press back, straightening out just to the point of tension, not pain. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, press it back. Inhale, come forward. This time let's exhale, twist. How much you lean into this bottom arm is up to your flexibility. So the closer these 2 points are, the left elbow and right knee, the more torso twist you'll get. Looking up to that hand is going to give you a nice twist. Nothing should create pain. It should all feel good. You're lengthening, relaxing. Inhale, straddle that foot. Exhale, press it back one more time. Good long stretch in this lunge. Inhale, bend, and then we send that right leg back. You're into your plank. So take that plank, widen out your stance with your feet and your hands, and there's your abs getting a little bit of that work. You're going to push back on your heels in a little modified downward dog, back, forward, plank. Hips go up, press it back, downward dog, and press it forward, plank. Exhale here. Pull up, inhale, press back, downward dog. You've got a little more range. Exhale, push into plank. Feel yourself rising up to the ceiling in that downward dog. Head goes to the floor, heels to the floor, tailbone to the ceiling. And then you just work the opposite. Push your hips forward, tailbone goes down, back is flat, head goes forward, and there's your plank. Inhale, bring it up. Press into that downward dog. Inhale, come forward. Exhale into plank. Knees go to the ground and press back, child's pose. So a little bit of arm work to be had while you're in those planks in your downward dogs. Let's take that little stretch, what we call a threading the needle. You're going to take this right arm, slide it underneath the left, set that shoulder down, and then lay your head down right over that. Reaching your left arm toward the front of your mat. Right arm is just relaxed underneath you, and your hips are reaching back towards your heels. This too is a good upper body tension, where that tension lies into the traps or trapezius muscle, into your shoulders. This will release that. Breathe into that tension. Exhale, release it. Inhale, let's switch. Right arm goes forward. Slide that left hand underneath you. Lean back. Set that weight back, and then let that shoulder relax out of that. Nice deep breath here. Oh, reach that right arm forward a little bit further. Come up. Inhale, both hands into the plank. Turn those toes under. Hips go up, downward dog. And this time we bring our left leg with us. Bring it right in toward what we call pigeon. So you're going to set that left knee by your left wrist, and then you allow your body to come up only to how much your hip is going to allow that stretch. This too is not should not be a pain point on that knee. And get into this. Feel that stretch in the hip. That feels so good. If you've been sitting more than usual, or maybe you've been working out more than usual, if these muscles either get too worked or not worked at all, they'll get stiff and tired. This should feel good to stretch that area. So this is your pigeon. If that's still too much tension, you can come down onto your elbows. If you have something, ottoman or pillows, you can be up a little bit higher, a low bench, something that would allow you to be up like that. That's going to feel good as well. And then I want you just to relax. So dropping that head, relaxing, and just sit here for a second and let's see how long we can take a deep breath in and hold it. So I'll count slowly for you. So don't force yourself, but if you can, you're going to take a big inhale and we're going to count, hopefully to 6 to 8. So take a big inhale here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, filling up your rib cage and chest. Hold it here. 7, 8, and then you exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Feel your abs getting tight. Inhale. You want to be able to count at your own count for the same amount of breath on the way in as you do exhaling on the way out. Very centering, very relaxing, calming to your system. Focusing nothing on how much can my ribs expand to draw that air in while I'm counting. And when I exhale, getting all the way to that end of the breath, there's some tightening in the core. Take that little inhale, put some weight into those elbows, press up on that right leg, send that left leg back. And now you're in this mermaid position. You're on your elbows, hips go up high, modified downward dog. Come forward, low elbow plank. So this is great mobility for the spine. I am not straining my arms or my wrists, but I'm getting the same hips to the ceiling, arching in the back. Exhale, I come into a plank, looking over your palms that are relaxed on the floor. Pull up in the hips, look back to your toes, tilt that tailbone, reaching that chest toward the floor and legs nice and straight. Exhale, plank. One more time, pull it up, reach it back. You're trying to get some fluid movements through your rib cage. We call that articulation if you're into Pilates. And relax. Knees go down, push it back. Because again, if we've been seated or you've been immobile, those muscles become rigid, less flexible, and you'll feel tight. And then you get tension, and then all those muscles are already kind of in a contracted state. You're going to exaggerate that, and you're going to get a little bit of more tension up into the neck is what I'm trying to say. And we're trying to relax that here. We've got the other side to do. Let's push back forward onto your hands, turn those toes under, hips go up, high downward dog. Now look at your range. You've done this a few times. That should feel good. Bringing your right leg towards you this time into pigeon. Set that right knee right up by that wrist. This is one of these practices, we call it, that you can go back and do where you can pause it, where you sit here and really get the length of it. So we're not doing many moves. It's about holding, reaching a range of motion that's going to feel like you've engaged multiple muscles and then you've lengthened them. So we're trying to increase your flexibility. And if you just move slow and are easy with your range of motion, it will improve every time you push it. So I kind of breathe into it, sitting into that right hip a little bit. If you feel tension, can you hold it without having any pain? Then you release the tension and then come back. You may start gaining some flexibility there by doing so. And you're breathing easy. Remind yourself to do that. If you start feeling like, oh, this is tight or this side isn't the same, imbalanced, don't get frustrated. Breathe through it. It will improve. You've got your option of coming down, which will take a little bit of weight forward, and then releasing your head will take that tension out of the neck. Big inhale. Try to do that inhale. Let's count one more time. Big deep breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold. 6. Fill up that rib cage. 7, 8, 9. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All the way to the end of that breath. Do it again. Inhale. And it should not be a challenge here. Just take that deep breath, pulling it in, pulling it in. As far as you can expand it, then hold it for a second, letting all that oxygen take the time to exchange. Exhale. I recommend people who can't sleep or you get up in the middle of the night, go through that exercise, seeing how long you can count your inhales and can you exhale at the same pace. Come up on that right leg, send it back into plank, and you're here. Toes go down, knees go down, press yourselves back, stretch back into child's pose. Another really good way if you have issues sleeping or getting up in the middle of the night is to go through kind of your body assessment where you focus on your toes and work your way up every bony landmark, toes, heel, ankle, knee, and focus on that where you're breathing into it. Okay, from the side, you're going to see we're going to do what we call quadruped position, cat and cow. So from here, the back articulation would be an arch back like this. When we do our downward dog, you're arched. Your neutral back like here when you're flat, and then arched up like a cat where you're pushing your shoulder blades, pulling your pelvis forward, head full in towards your middle, arching up, relaxing through flat. And if you can extend, bringing that nice little curve of your back of your neck to your tailbone. Slowly arch, round it up, and push. Big inhale there, exhale. And here's your sway back cow. You may not have a lot of range in there. That's totally fine. Just be aware of that. We start getting a little movement. I'll push back into my heels as I arch my back. I come forward, round it up, and then I push forward. This will stretch from the back of the trapezius down into the back of the deltoid, the back of the shoulder. Reach, and then now just see how much range, how high can those shoulders go? How low can you drop? Really good to get some movement in that back. Then when you are in what we call neutral, a nice flat, your normal, not arched or rounded, look over that front shoulder, look over that right shoulder, and you should see past towards your hip. And I kind of push my hip forward and look. This is lateral, working this lateral part of the body. Come to the middle, look back over the other side. Exhale through the middle. Inhale, reach, look. Rotate other side. And again. And again. Come to the center. Cat and cow. Cat up high. Exhale, cow. Good. Let's challenge your balance here. Let's send that right leg straight back. And then your left arm comes forward. So this is a balance position. Notice the bottom 2 points that are touching the floor. Right hand is in a nice square position. Left leg is in a nice position. And you should feel pretty stable. Back is flat. Arm is reaching. I'm going to reach back, bend that foot, bend that knee, grab that right foot, and then look back. Side position. You're nice and tall up on those arms, bending that right leg, looking back, pressing into it. Up tall, open up your chest, feel that stretch. Inhale, come in, sit back, take it off those wrists. Child's pose look like this. Nice rounded back, head, neck, and shoulders are not strained. Big deep inhale. Now you breathe into the upper back due to your position that you're in. Exhale, push forward, right into that arching cat and cow. Arching cat and cow. Come to neutral, set that position, other side. Left leg's gonna go back, right arm goes forward. Find your balance, flat through that whole line. Then we bend that right or left knee, reaching back with that right hand, push into that palm, and then lift up your chest and push that leg up. Really good cross body stretch here. Inhale, come back in. Exhale, sit back. This time on child's pose, I'm gonna have you drop to the floor with your head. Now, if this feels comfortable, bring your arms behind you. You can just be here, letting your shoulders relax. You can pull your shoulders up and you can interlace those fingers, push up, and if you've got the range, rolling here. Good for your shoulders. Inhale, sit back, relax, arms go over your head. Big deep inhale. Let's try that again. Your head must feel like you're stable there, that you're not going to strain your neck. So just pushing my head down here should be relaxed. Start small. You can just bring your arms behind you. And then if you've got the shoulder mobility and that flexibility, interlace those fingers. Your hair is fine. Staying low on your heels is fine. Lifting the arms up and then pushing up almost like a headstand. On the previous video, we did actual crow position where you're down balancing, and then the headstand was an option. Come up out of that. Let's turn those toes back under. Downward dog. Press. Now you've got some flexibility in the upper body. Let's get those legs stretched a little bit. So you're in that downward dog position. You're going to inhale. Look. Bring your left leg right in between your hands. Here's your low lunge. Reaching up with that left arm. Now, can you reach up and look past, up and over? Feel that good side stretch. Inhale, hand comes down around. Exhale, straighten up that leg. From this runner's lunge, you're going to walk your hands. So now you're down your mat this way. Here's your split stance. So you've got options here. This should feel really good too. I'm not straining my upper body. Walking my feet to the top and the back of my mat. How far you can take those feet apart is going to stretch right up the inside of those legs. Hands can be up here to give me support, going down a little bit lower to give some flexibility challenge. And then I can just work in between this forward and back position. Remembering to breathe, pulling your abs, relaxing, coming back up, and we walk our body back around to the front. So walk your body back down into low lunge and feel that nice long stretch. This time we're going to drop that right knee. Left hand's going to reach back. Now you're in that, like we just did in that bow pose. Now I'm down without the balance challenge, but the flexibility is a little more intense. So once again, from that side position, I'm in the lunge. Front knee is right above that front ankle. I bend, look back, grab that foot. Now this is going to rotate me a lot easier if I'm looking over that shoulder or looking straight ahead. You've got a little bit different stretch. How much you pull with that left arm is going to be where that stretch happens. Inhale, untwist. Exhale, turn those toes under, downward dog, press it back. Coming back, trying this on the other side. Take a big inhale, look toward your hands. This time, left leg steps, oh, no, I'm sorry, right leg, other leg. Gosh, it's been a long day. Just brain dead today, having issues. Drop that back knee, open up the right arm, and you are up and over. You know how some days it's just, whether the weather, you didn't get enough sleep, whatever it may be, you just feel off, and then nothing goes right. And then if you focus on that, it starts a bad chain. And inhale, straddle that leg. Exhale. So you got to focus on the positive. You are here. You're able to move your body. You do what you can do today. Big inhale, stretching through that back thigh, front thigh, calf. Inhale, bend. Set that leg down. So your left knee goes down. Reach back with that right hand. Like that one just doesn't feel as good. It's taking me a lot more leveraging to get to that stretch. That is not easy. And you'll see I'm kind of contorted here. In a perfect world, I'd maybe be up a little bit higher, not being so forward, and then just reaching back toward that foot. Whatever works for you is fine. It's where you're at today. Let's go with it. Let's release and bring that other leg back. Now we're going to be staying on this kneeling position. Come up like this, nice and tall. So this too from the side is a little bit easier. You're going to see that legs are just parallel, hips are forward. If you have great flexibility and strength in your back, which a lot of us don't have, you're not going to be worried where your hands are. You can keep your hands at your hips. I just want you to push your hips forward, and you'll see I'm slightly leaning back. If I've got greater range of motion and strength, I'm going to reach back with both hands and grab my heel. That's kind of scary. I can do it with one arm, one reach back, the other arm goes up. One arm reach back, other arm goes up. The goal is not to fall back here. So keep your hips forward and let this extend through the back. Oh, that feels nice. Right down the front part of your thighs. You just gotta be gentle, be aware that you're pulling in your abs when you move, and you extend, reach. I've seen people that are real flexible bring that arm way back to the outside of the opposite foot and leaning. If you have that range, fantastic, go for it. And if not, we'll just be here. There is nothing wrong with this. There is nothing wrong with just twisting in your torso. Simple as that. Does that feel good? Okay. Come to a seated position. Now, we've done a lot of this. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Every time as soon as I said the negative, my mind just went down that road. We didn't do the split stance the other way. Okay, we're coming back to it. Bring your body over here because we did a lot of this outer. I'm like, oh, we did the inner thigh only on one leg. So bring your body forward. I'm telling you, sometimes I could just stop and redo this, but you know what? This is human. This is real. We make mistakes, but if you're aware of it, you can go back and fix it. And that's what we're going to do. You are relaxed over the top of those shins. Elbows now are going to go into the shins if you have it. This is fine if you're sitting upright. Sometimes from the side too. I don't want you rounded just in the upper body. I would love for you to be folded. So my back goes over the top of those legs. Elbows are going to come here and I'm rounded out. If you have more range, walk your hands out and just let that weight of your upper body and that position stretch and relax. Take one more big deep breath here. And exhale. Right leg is coming forward. So get back to this. This I forgot to do last time. After we did the reach back, I didn't have us go there. That's okay. Extend into that runner's lunge. Pressing back to that left heel, looking at your right knee. Now we walk it back this way. This is a neutral position anyway. It doesn't matter that we're not, we're facing one way, but I like to do it with both to be even. You can now, maybe the second round, can you walk a little bit wider? Can you reach the ends of your mat would be a nice goal. Obviously, depending on how tall you are, makes a difference. Are you propped up in your upper body? So if it's your arms that are limiting you, then you could be up on a table or an ottoman. If it's your legs and you've got the flexibility, then you can go lower with your upper body. If you're lucky enough to have both, you're going to go nice and wide, get down on those elbows, get down on your head, and then that motion is forward and back. Very gentle, being very ginger on your inner thighs, nice and easy. Relax, take a deep breath in. Exhale. Come back up, walk it back around. Now we bring it back down to the knees, bring that other knee back, and sit back in child's pose. There we go. Relaxing here. I wanted us to get back to that laying down position. I was so ready to go there that I skipped that part, but now I'm glad we did it. Relax, feel that tension coming out of your body. You should feel like you've gained a little bit of length. Inner thighs got a little bit of a stretch. Back and neck had some tension released out of it. Let's come back forward. And once again, bring your knees, feet around to the front. Cross those legs. Maybe you're crossing the other leg in front this time. We do have a tendency to put one leg always in front. And fold forward once again over the top of those legs. And you just let your body relax. You can bring that right ear to the right shoulder, left ear to the left shoulder. And maybe you look over the right shoulder, look over that left shoulder, and just feel what that does to your upper neck. Gently pull your body back up. Here's your nice standing posture. Like we did standing, you're seated here, so no balance. Walk your hands behind you. Fingertips are facing forward, and you bend into those elbows. Now this will get across the top of your chest, opening this up too. We all know what we do if we sit on a computer or your phone and are looking like this too much. This just loses its extensibility. Then we start to slouch. Then you change your posture. Then we get neck issues. You literally lower your height and we compress our spine. Yoga is to lengthen. Inhale, breathe, expand in that chest. Bringing that deep breath in makes such a difference. Gives you energy, gives you focus, gives you calming feelings. Heels go out in front of you. Take this right hand, reach across, grab the outside or inside of that left foot, and then you just extend. I like to stay back a little bit on my hand, so then this is actually pulling my arm. The length of my leg is going to stretch the upper back of my shoulder. Just relaxing nice and long through there. And then let's take that foot, cross it over, and then hug that knee in with that same arm. So I'm just sitting up tall, a little more stretch into that hip, back of that leg. Oh, that should feel really good. And let's switch. Sitting up tall, walk your hands back. Can you a little bit deeper? Exhale into that shoulder, chest, tricep stretch here. And you can point and flex your feet. Whatever you find you have tension or carrying any pressure or stress, let's release that. Left hand grabs the right foot. Extend. I'm back on that right hand, looking back to my right hand, letting that outer shoulder pull, kind of like it's moving away from your spine in the back. And that should feel really, really good. And you breathe here. When you're twisted, it's a little less easy. Like my words are not coming to me to breathe. So you want to be conscientious of that. Drop that foot, hug that knee, sit up tall, and let your weight go back into that right hip. Very nice. And inhale, release. Both legs are out. Let's take the seated fold, just as we did standing, over the top of those legs. Now this too, you are slouchy. I am rounded in the back, reaching forward, dropping the head toward the knees. And just relax. Let's sit up nice and tall. You're going to bring your body weight forward, and then you're going to lay down. So I'll just show you from the side what we're looking to do here. Lay all the way down. Head, neck, and shoulders are relaxed. Now this takes a second or two before you feel like your back is spreading out against your mat or floor. So we're going to start with the head. And I just want you to close your eyes and relax. This, you can just picture yourself laying on your mat, and we're going to do that bony landmark assessment, I like to call this. So feel the weight of your head. Think of that area that your weight is resting on. In a typical day, you probably don't ever have pressure on that. Not that this is pressure, but you feel contact between the back. That rounded part of your skull is just relaxed, holding that head. You have no tension. Now you go to your orbitals of your face. Is your jaw relaxed? Are your eyebrows relaxed? Are your teeth clenched? Can you soften your face? Take a deep breath in and just envision your body being soft, relaxed, melding into the floor like you're just heavy. All the way out to your ears, your cheekbones. There's many, many muscles in that face. Create all those expressions. Let them just be relaxed and let yourself feel heavy. Then you get to your neck. Are you taking any tension in your neck? Feel free to roll your ears side to side. Take a deep breath. Can you do that 6-count breathing pattern all the way through this last little cool down? I want you to focus on how deep can you breathe while your visual and your mental pinpointed areas just work through the body. You're down at your neck, right where your shoulder blades, your collarbone comes into your clavicle. Can you tell that to relax? Can you let your arms be heavy? Can you let your shoulder blades be flush or flat to the mat? And then you feel your rib cage expand with that breath. Take a deep breath in. See if you can go a little bit longer. Maybe you're getting to the 8 or 10 count. Every rib expands as you take that inhale. You're increasing the capacity of your lungs vertically. You're expanding laterally. And as you exhale, you're like a deflating balloon. You just slowly lose that capacity in the inside. The back of your arms are touching to your elbows. Elbows to your wrists. Can you relax and let those arms be heavy? Are your palms open? Are they relaxed? You breathe into it all the way down into your fingertips. Breathing in good, positive, like oxygen is cleansing the body, eliminating any thought that is less than positive right out of your head. Exhale that out. Feel your hips. Are they relaxed? We take tension in them if we sit all day. Feel free to roll them side to side. That gentle movement and rolling just initiates a sense of calm, relaxation. There's no tension, there's no pain. Breathing in, let your middle be heavy, let your pelvis be heavy. If your legs are bent, feel free to straighten them. Low back has been released. And just take a moment. This is what we call corpse pose. Arms can be gently at your side. Back of your knees are relaxed. Your calves have a lot of contact with the floor. And then just envision your heels being lined up with your knees. Your knees just relaxed, lined up with your hips. And then your toes are just rolled out. So you could draw a nice little rectangle, such as your mat, right around your body. Now, really take that focused, big, deep inhale for as long as you can count. Just relax, no pressure. Counting in your head, whatever that slow, nice paced counting, breathing. Pace out that exhalation. And if it's not even, don't stress about it. Let that be your goal. Take note of what your number is. When you get to the very top of that inhale, see if you can hold it. And then slowly let that oxygen do its thing and you eliminate all of the rest of the waste products out of those cells. You're energizing yourself while you're relaxing your mind. You get anything talking back to you, fingers start to get tense, relax, breathe right into them. Sometimes saying the word relax is going to be very helpful to you. And this is what I challenge you, if you are someone who has issues with sleeping, just take this. We did a brief version of this, but take 5 minutes. You can even breathe into every toe. If you can lay there with your eyes closed, envision your big toe. Breathe into it. Envision your middle toe, your pinky toe. Wiggle the toes. Breathe into your ankle bone. All of that will just keep you centered. And if you have any thoughts that try to creep in, you just stop, breathe into it, focus on that bony landmark. Really good. Before you know it, you'll be sleeping better. You'll be taking in more oxygen. Let's circle our ankles here. Coming back to some sort of awareness. Let's bring those knees into the chest and hug them in. If you want to lift your head up off the floor, you're making yourself small like a ball. You should feel really lengthened is a great way to say this. Drop those knees over to one side very gently, keeping your upper body heavy. So you've got a twist happening at this low area of your back. Only if you need the extra leverage, you can extend or put some pressure on that leg, but just this should be relaxing enough to stretch. When you go to move, you engage your abs, bring those knees to the center, drop them over to the other side, extend and relax here. And once again, you've got this option. Put it on pause, put some music on, and then you can mute me and just go through the motions, holding it as long as you need to. Bring those knees in the chest, roll it up. Okay, sit up nice and tall. Very good. Let's take a deep breath from this position. Up tall, reach. Look at those palms. Press them back into that press palm. Bring those thumbs to your heart center. Drop your head here. Take all of that good intention, all of the good parts of what you just did. Bring that deep down. Take a big inhale. Filling your cells with good positive energy. As you exhale, you relax, leaning forward in a deep little stretch, eliminating all of that. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. Exhale, namaste to you. Thank you so much. Relax and enjoy. See you next time.